What's up, people? I am here to review Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and what do I think of it? It's really good. I think definitely it was much better than Freddy's Dead. It took a different route, though, and a lot of people, I heard somewhere, this is kind of like the basis of Scream because of how meta it is, like how self-aware it is, because in this universe, Freddy is actually a character. That Wes Craven is in it, and okay, the movie kicks off of a scene of Wes Craven filming a scene, and they're building a robotic Freddy claw, but it goes wrong and it like injures people, and then it starts off with an earthquake. I mean, the reason probably the earthquake is probably because the movie came out in '94, the same year the Northridge earthquake happened. But so yeah, Heather Langenkamp plays herself. So yeah, I know a lot of people were wondering like, oh, didn't Nancy die in part 3? I'm like, she's actually playing Heather. She's playing herself basically. And then there was the scene where Freddy, Freddy's not really in the movie. I mean, he's only in like truly a couple of scenes, but there was one scene where Robert Englund actually dresses up as Freddy during an interview. It was pretty cool. Like, though it kind of shows how commercial Freddy is. Like, but she has a son and she's married, and her husband is actually doing a secret work project. He's working for Wes, because Wes wants to do another Nightmare movie. So, but on her way home, because during the day, she gets like threatening phone calls. She gets like, yeah. So Heather's like on edge, so he decides to come home. But on his way home, he falls asleep and is killed by Freddy. Well, Freddy's claw. You don't really see Freddy himself. And then there's a funeral scene where you kind of see Freddy. Freddy's look looks pretty cool. Like, he's wearing like a trench coat, and he has the claw hand. Even though in this movie it's an actual claw hand, it's not like, because in a lot of movies it's just a glove. In this movie it's actual claw hands, but apparently it's some demon that comes out, so that's really what Freddy is in this movie. So, and the only problem I have with the movie, there is a lack of characters, because everyone's playing themselves. There's only Heather and her son Dylan, which I'm sorry, he's my least favorite character in the movie. It's just, he was annoying. I don't know, he's getting on my nerves, and it's just because maybe it's just because I don't like kid actors for the most part. I just don't. And then, but that's basically it. The whole movie really is just revolved around Heather and Dylan. That's the only problem I had with it. I mean, there was a scene where she visits Wes Craven and talks to Robert Englund, which is kind of cool. You know, that's kind of cool. So in a way, it's kind of a basis for Scream, but the only there's not enough real characters. Also, the guy who plays Nancy's dad also shows up, so that's the only issue I have with the movie. It's just, it needed more characters. The only other character there was Dylan's babysitter, but she's only in like a couple of scenes, and then she gets killed close to the end by Freddy. Even though the kill is basically the kill from the first movie, where he drags her on the wall and cuts her. I mean, they did this in the first movie, but whatever. And I do like though that Freddy's scary, even though it's not really Freddy, but it's kind of cool. And then the way he gets defeated is they go into his world, but apparently it's in Dylan's bed. So the setting looked weird. It looked like Greece. I'm like, shouldn't it just be a boiler room? Isn't that like? And then Freddy just kind of gets defeated when he's thrown in fire. Like, I mean, the movie itself is pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's definitely one of the better Nightmare movies. I mean, it wasn't. There was a couple dream scenes, but they weren't so like cartoony like the other ones. There was actually kind of scary. I do feel like they actually tried to make Freddy scary again. Even though that one scene with Robert Englund as Freddy, he was being like high-fiving people, which is still weird. Like, Freddy Krueger's high-fiving people. But I enjoyed it though. And in the end, Heather reads the script to Dylan. So it's not a bad movie. I mean, I enjoyed it. It has its issues. It's just I felt like a lack of characters. That's really all it needed was just more characters. You know, I felt like kind of was hoping for more. But other than that, I enjoyed the movie. So if I had to rate it out of 10, I'd probably rate it a solid 7. I enjoyed it. So tomorrow, either tomorrow or later today or tomorrow, I'll review the remake. So other than that, guys, I'm gonna sign off here. Peace.